Do you want to know more about divine counterpart and soul connections? Then you are right here. This is part 1 out of a series, and in this video we're going to talk about a trait that many soulmates have in common. Then we do have some celebrity examples, and then I'm going to give you the reasons for that, so make sure you stay tuned till the end. But let's dive right in. Yeah, often soulmates and other divine counterpart connections, they share the same sun, moon, and or rising sign. And I try to copy these little symbols in here for you. This is would be the sun sign. We do have the moon here, and then the rising sign would be the AC, the ascendant. And yeah, usually but not always, many soul connections, we find that in soulmates but also in twin flames, other divine counterpart connections, they have the same suns. They don't have the same sun sign, it does happen, or the same moon sign or the same rising sign, but often one person's sun sign is the other person's moon or rising sign, or vice versa. This happens quite a lot. And if you saw my videos on celebrity counterpart couples, then you will see that I basically chose the same names I already did videos on, or I did a little research on, and almost all of the couples I was talking about do have that in common, because it is very usually very common. So let's dive into the examples, and this is just a quick take. We do have Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, and you see he is a sun in Sagittarius and also AC in Sagittarius, and she is a moon in Sagittarius. So we do have this connection already with Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. In this case, they do share the Sagittarius energy. Let's get to the next. Jason Momoa, unfortunately we don't have his rising sign, but he is a Scorpio moon, and his now ex, Lisa Bonet, I don't know how to pronounce it, she's a Scorpio sun. By the way, soulmate connections, that does not mean that you have to stay together for the end of your life, okay? A soulmate connection, a soul connection can be anyone who has a great impact in your life, and being married to someone, or being related to someone, or a long-term relationship. Of course, that does have an impact on your life. It doesn't have to be a twin flame in order to have an impact, or in order to be a soul connection. The next one, Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, Ben Affleck. That one, it got me so exciting. If you saw it, I believe that they are mirror souls, because they have so much in common, more than just those 3 aspects. But yeah, both are Leo suns, both are Scorpio moons, and then we do have the AC with her in Leo and with him in Cancer. And if you watch my other videos, you know that this would be also yin-yang energy, because Leo is ruled by the sun, Cancer is ruled by the moon, and they are naturally counterparts, divine counterparts. So we do have divine counterpart energy here, and we do have this sameness energy. And since they have so much in common, and not just that, also houses and all of that, check out their video if you're interested. I believe that they are mirror souls, a very high soul connection. Does that mean that they stay together till the end of their days? I cannot tell you. It does not matter what you have in your astrology, you always have to make it work, right? The astrology can guide you, it can help you, but you still have to do it. Yeah, Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck, they do share the Cancer rising. So they also do have something in common, in this case the rising sign. We don't see it that often. More often it's the sun and the moon, or some person's sun, the other person's rising sign, or one person's moon, the other person's rising sign. Same rising sign we do see occasionally, however, like in this case. Johnny Depp and Kate Moss. If you're wondering why did I choose Kate Moss, when you click on a celebrity's name in Astrology, where I usually do look for celebrity charts, then you have their spouses. You can just click through, and I just happened to click on her name to see if they do have something in common, and they actually do. It's the Capricorn energy. He is a Capricorn moon, and she's a Capricorn sun, and they both share the rising sign in Leo. Even more important though, Vanessa Paradis, again, they do share the Capricorn energy. So this is the second Capricorn sun that he chose in a row, and that is something we often find, that we attract the same energies over and over and over, especially, well, one reason could be if you do have a lesson when it comes to that specific energy. And if you didn't manage to really heal or get that lesson the first time, then you can attract that again. However, I believe that Vanessa Paradis was not such a big lesson for him. So sometimes another example could be prepared for a big counterpart coming in, even though they didn't last for forever. I mean, they stayed together for many years, they have children, so of course he had a major impact on his life, and I think she was a very close soul connection to him, or still is. Of course, that bond is still there, even if they're not linked romantically anymore. But yeah, sometimes we do get prepared for the next step by attracting someone who has similar energy, and then we get that again. I do have a video on Jennifer Lopez and Chris Judd and A-Rod, and then of course Ben Affleck, she attracted Leo suns over and over. And if you want to watch that video, it's called something like Repeating Cycles, where she was confronted with some lessons to learn by attracting the same energy again and again and again. But I already said children. Children are our relatives as well. Of course, they're relatives. Sorry. Our soul connections as well. And you see their offspring. She is a Gemini sun, just like her daddy. And she's got the Scorpio energy like her mommy does. So we do see it in families as well. It's in my family as well. I am a Gemini rising. My brother is a Gemini. I am a Virgo sun and Aquarius moon. My mom is an Aquarius sun and Virgo moon. And if we check this entire family, like my other brother is a Taurus moon, which is trining my Virgo sun, and our grandfather, he was a Taurus. My grandmother, she was a Virgo. So we do have similar energies in families as well. And by the way, that does not always mean that you get along with these people, because every archetype, for example, like, I don't know, Scorpio archetype, let's pick Scorpio, has of course a bright side and a shadow side. And some people may be more connected to the shadow aspect, and one person may also be connected to the shadow aspect because they haven't done their healing, and then they can trigger each other like crazy, and it's nothing that feels very good. Or one person is more evolved, they already made it to the sun side or were born on the sun side with these traits of that archetype, and the other person is in the shadow, and the one person will still get the other person because they do sense those shadows, but since they have overcome them, it can be something that is not feeling good for them anymore because it is something that they left behind. So just automatically attracting somebody who has the same energies, it can be a very good thing depending on your level on ascension, but it can be a bad thing. And in romantic partners, what usually happens if one person outgrows the other one, well, they separate. And in families, of course, it is not as easy because you're kind of like attached to those people, and then it can create some chaos. But remember, law of assumption, law of attraction, we still can, in manifestation work, of course, we can still change situations. That was a little detour, but let's go on. Vanessa Paradis. As I said, if you click on a celebrity, you will find their other spouses as well. And this is her new husband. Don't please ask me to pronounce his name. But they share the Cancer energy. He is a Cancer sun and she is a Cancer moon. So again, this shared energy going on. Then we have Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Look, two Pisces moon. So they have the same energy when it comes to their moon sign. Unfortunately, we don't have his rising sign. It could be that he would be a Libra rising or Sagittarius rising or Pisces rising or any other sign, of course. But then this energy would be even stronger. And also a video I am preparing right now. It is Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. They both have the same sun sign, Taurus, in this example. And yeah, so in the videos on celebrities I picked, I kind of like picked randomly because I thought people might be interested in that. Or like with the Jace Momoa video, I heard that he saw her as a child on TV, and I was interested, oh, did he manifest her or not? And so I was interested in doing those videos, and that is just something that popped up again and again and again and again. So if you're interested in those videos, check them out. I do have most of them already recorded on my channel, and some I won't do, but some I am already preparing. And that is just something that, not just with the celebrities, but it is popping up again and again and again. So if you are in some kind of a connection, it could be your best friend, family member, again, check out your guys' sun, moon, and rising sign. And very often you will find that you have something like this in common. If not, don't worry, we're going to talk about other traits in videos that are to come. But this is like a first tell. Not every soulmate connection has this, though. Not every twin flames usually would have like complementary energy, but again, this is not a must, but it is something that we do find a lot. Yeah, and as I said before, you don't only find it in romantic soulmate connection, it can be family and it can be close friendships as well. Yeah, if you already get some value out of this content, and don't click off, we're not ready yet. I told you that we're going to talk about the purpose next of the same energy. But if you got some value out of this content, please take your time to like and subscribe, hit the bell icon. There is more videos like this to come, and as I said, I want to teach you about divine counterpart astrology, and I want to help you ascend to the next level. So let's go on. Yeah, the purpose of the sameness. Yeah, we feel drawn to people that we are familiar with. You know, when we have, for example, I have a Virgo sun sign, my best friend is a Virgo moon. So there is some kind of familiarity. And I have to say, when we met, it was platonic love at first sight. And I am quite a guarded person, to be honest. But when I met her, we both knew, I want you to be my friend, day one, which is very unlikely and uncommon for me. But you feel that there is some kind of a connection. Of course, you need to have a little bit more of that going on, because there's only 12 archetypal energy, and so that means that many people will share that, and you don't have this instant connection with all of them. You know, you would have probably some platonic connection and something like that going on as well. But again, that is for further videos. Yeah, and the sun sign, it is our expression, and it has different energy from the moon sign. So I am an Aquarius moon, my mom is an Aquarius sun, and this is completely different energy. Yes, it is both Aquarius energy, but it presents itself in a very different way, and that is why it can be a good thing, but it doesn't have to be. You know, it doesn't have to be always. Yeah, but still, again, depending on your level of maturity, it's different, but it is relatable, because you inhabit this archetypal energy as well, even though it would be like the different side of the medal. You know, the sun sign would be one side of the coin and the moon the other side of the coin. So there is differences, but still there is some kind of sameness going on. And yeah, the sameness but yet difference brings you some more understanding about this archetypal energy that you enhance, and so it gives you potential to grow and to understand the energetic archetype from a different angle. So it can teach you more about yourself and your own archetype that you already inhabit. And we can learn to master this archetype by being confronted with another aspect of it. And by another aspect of it, I meant, again, one person's sun sign, the other person has it as the moon or rising sign, or vice versa. I'm not talking about both have it as the same sun sign or the same moon sign. There is the same energy but a different aspect, okay? But yeah, it's often not in a very triggering way. Already told you, because we intuitively understand it, and it can be triggering, but often it is not, because it's more like enhancing or adding onto the energy, you know, like creating, you know, like giving you another piece of the puzzle, so you have more, it creates like a third energy. Not a third because it's the same, but a different angle. It does enhance the energy of your specific archetype. But if you have the same, then it can be a little bit more triggering, because imagine you have the same sun sign, and then you may have the same shadow aspects of that sun sign as well. And depending on your level of ascension, that can be a little bit more triggering and difficult, because you're getting confronted with your shadow side. But it does not have to be. Again, it depends on how mature you are and how aware you are of your own shadows, and have you dealt with your shadows or not. Yeah, but if you have learned to deal with them, I already told you, then we attract the sameness, and it can express itself in a harmonious way. And I was talking about that in the Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez video, because they had been together in the past before, and I guess they were not really ascended enough or mature enough, and probably triggering each other. And then in the separation, they have matured, and now they attracted each other again, but on a whole different level. You know, now they don't have to, probably they don't have as many shadow sides as they did in the back then. And since you always attract energy that matches us, so we can never attract somebody who is not on the same level. I know spiritual people always perceive that, like, oh, I'm the victim and they're the narcissist, for example, but you're still on the same level. If something like this happens, then you are the person who attracts narcissists, because you have a shadow side, probably not being able to speak up for yourself, that would attract this energy, you know. But once you learn to overcome that, then you can no longer attract narcissists or other shadow aspects into your life. You can only attract what you vibrate, you know, your vibrational match. And that does not mean that you would have to be a narcissist as well. Again, other side of the coin, you would be the person who attracts narcissists, because you cannot set clear boundaries, and this is just an example. Yeah, so I hope you liked this video. If you did, then subscribe for more information on the subject. There are more videos like this to come. Already did a ton of videos. You can, for example, check out the perfect match for each sign. If you are in Aquarius, for example, who is your perfect match? Who would be your twin flame? Who would be your soulmate? Who would be your mirror soul? Who would be your soul twin? Different kind of soul connections would have different kind of archetypal energies that we attract. So check it out and make sure you subscribe, because this is just part 1. There will be more parts like this. And I see you in another video. Until then, I wish you all the best. Now, bye-bye.